Então voltemos pro joguinho.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of earrings, perhaps? A cheese knife?
Eu ouvi os restos de rumores dele, é isso? Vou tirar a caceta da cabeça?
There are rumors he had something to do with the king's death. Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you ever heard? The Darkspawn killed him, sure enough. If Tyrn Loghain couldn't save the king from that inn, then nobody could. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. With King Caelan dead, the throne falls to Queen Anora. She's made her father the regent, however, at least for now. I think Caelan's father, old King Merrick, would have approved. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Ele podia não soltar essa frase.
Something's going on at the Major's Tower at Lake Calenhod. Nobody knows exactly what, though, and the Templars aren't saying. Exactly what we need, isn't it? Let's hope the Majors are just cooking up something to deal with the Darkspawn. Somebody should be, after all. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. Thank the Maker we didn't lose Tyrn Loghain at Ostagar. He pulled his troops out just in time, so it said. Without him, we'd be lost. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is. Some hunters who range into the Brazilian forest say that a Dalish clan there has fallen to some kind of sickness. The blight, most likely, poor sods. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Mano, não tem como.
Of course. Good fortune to you and yours.
Goodbye.
Eu devo ter que comprar alguma coisa dele. Ah, presentes festivos. Ah... Será que é por causa da missão da DLC de presentes festivos? É ele mesmo.
Are you sure I can't interest you? I'm sure.
É exatamente isso. Só que esses presentes festivos, eles ocupam espaço na bag, né? Sim, ocupam. E tem vários deles. Não, pra ali é pra sair. Não tem outros lugares pra eu fuxicar sem sair daqui, não? Não. É, pelo menos parece que não. Então vamos. Toquinho!
Oh, why, you little...
Okay.
Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Okay. Foi só um aviso, ele podia ter arrancado sua mão.
Know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
É.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished.
Então ele não gostou disso,
Well,
não.
that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Tadinho! Para de fazer a cacá do meu cachorro arrombado. Jamais se alimentaria contra o ser humano. Não, Sally, sério, isso fala bobagem.
Look at what your fool dog.
A interação do cachorro é com todo mundo, é isso, menos comigo.
A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
Que vale a intenção, ele não fez por mal, não pode ser mais fedorento que normalmente já vai dentro dela, senão. Acho que ele acha que você precisa de mais carne nos seus ossos, porque ele não divide a comida dele comigo. Que vale a intenção, ele
Dirty
fez por
mongrel
mal.
can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Tadinho. Ai, foi um presente. Você não pode desfazer dele
I
simplesmente
just
assim.
did.
Ah,
I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
tadinho. Você é uma dama malvada?
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Oh, ele não gosta do Kunari. Eles vão disputar rosnada, é isso? Eu vou observar.
You are a true warrior and worthy of respect.
Isso. Estamos tentando encontrar o caminho pela terra. Então tá bom. Vai levar algum tempo, você sabe? Bem, boa sorte com isso então. Ai, velho, muito bom ter bicho. Até em jogo é bom ter bicho. É isso aí. Vou ficar triste no Canadá quando a gente não estiver podendo ter bicho lá. Ai, eu tenho que decidir quem vai comigo.
Yes.
Você e você.
Indeed.
Nossa, pra onde que a gente tá indo? Ah, a gente tá aqui no acampamento. Tá. Cabana de Flemeth. Passagem, vilarejo do Penhasco Vermelho. Aos arredores. Agora eu posso ir pra vários lugares, mas eu não sei pra onde eu quero ir. Calma. Só falta bugar o mapa de novo e eu ter que reiniciar o jogo. Pro mapa desbugar. Mas detalhes, cadê? Missões. Tá. Passagem de Sulcher tem esse negociante ali. Comerciante. E essa missão tá ali comigo desde o inicinho. I don't know why.
Indeed.
Yes.
Pico do soldado. Ah, tá. Então isso dele tá dourado porque são das missões. Coisa tá lá, tá. Vamos nessa dali, só porque essa missão tá comigo há 1000 anos. Por que nosso caminho é marcado por sangue? Que horror.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Vai pedir pra encontrar sua mula?
No. I sent my elf to do that. I mean, I sent my helper, Taran. Nice fellow, that, Taran. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
Prazer em conhecê-lo.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out?
O que você precisa?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a
Ei,
golem.
Sérgio, boa
No
noite.
point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
O que uma vara de controle faz?
The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes?
Qual que é a jogada?
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in the
Claro.
village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
Tô bem, Sérgio. Aí tá.
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
Se isso não acontecer.
Maybe you could look up the fellow who owned the golem before. If he's still about, that is.
Vai lá, Sérgio.
Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
Aí o moço foi embora atrás do elfo que trabalha pra ele e da mula dele. Entendi. Eu quero isso daqui ativo. Não tá ativo não, não tá marcando no mapa. Tá, não dá pra passar pra lá, beleza. Tá, é lá que fica. E pra lá é o nosso acampamento, beleza. Então, pra onde que a gente vai? Nossa, tem que ser umas conversas. Conteúdo pra baixar. Entendi, seria não. Beleza. Lago Kalenhad. Valelfos. Osamar. E o penhasco vermelho, beleza.
As you desire.
Penhasco vermelho. Sabe, eu. Arrumou uma batalha no meio do caminho?
I am your death! No mercy! Another battle, I see! Begin the onslaught! Oh, this should be good! Back now!
Try not to be too incompetent. It's embarrassing. Lovely. As you desire.
de metal. As trepes no chão. O que tem aqui? Ah, é o caminho de volta. Pera, o que aconteceu? Essa cara ali. Eu preciso de colocar força pra poder conseguir arrumar a merda da luva, porra. Deixa eu colocar ali. Oh, não, aqui. Isso. Eu posso uma especialização disso dali. Eu não quero metamorfo. Guerreiro arcano. Não. Mago de sangue. Não. Ué, e como que eu uso essa especialização ali? Ah, tá, beleza. Eu tenho que aprender a fazer as missões aí pra frente. Isso daqui, por favor, que eu tô precisando. E era isso, então vambora. Nem lembro pra onde que a gente tava indo, mas era pra cá, né? Ah, tá terminando de carregar, então.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Então...
Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Al Eamon exactly?
Não. Eu pensei que ele havia dito que ele tinha...
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Al Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because... well... because my father was King Marek. Which made Kaelin my... half-brother, I suppose.
Ah, então você não é só um bastardo, mas um bastardo real. Isso não te torna você o herdeiro do trono?
Maker's breath, I hope not. I don't think so. You don't think so, do you? I'm a bastard. And nobody even knows about me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Alguém sabe disso?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Ela sabia da verdade sobre
She may
você.
have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming.
Que manter
My
esse
blood has never
segredo.
been important to me. I've spent my whole life trying to forget about it and being told that I would never sit on the throne. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al-Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Como você comanda o meu príncipe? Ah, e você não é?
See? I knew you could do it. It's easy, isn't it?
Bom. É subir pra lá ou pra cá e volta? Pra lá e volta, pelo visto. Tá, faz sentido. Ah, já tem gente aqui. Que foi?
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
O que você quer dizer? Tem algum problema?
So you don't know? Has nobody out there heard?
O que você tá falando, carai?
We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting.
Então,
I'm
todo mundo
dying.
no castelo morreu.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Al-Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Cheirando mal essa história.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud. Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Você não acredita nas mentiras de Logan?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Kaelin risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as
Alguém
well.
sensato
A
nesse
pleasure
lugar.
to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances.
É
You're here to see my
pequenininha, pode
brother.
se deitar aqui.
Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack
cachorro
started a few
inquieta
nights
aqui.
ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Quais coisas malignas você está
Some
falando?
call them the walking dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Kaelin dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help.
Ninguém tava nem
I have a
sabendo,
feeling
queridão.
tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Al-Eamon.
Você quer me ajudar? Você não me conhece. Claro que ajudaremos.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you.
Morgan.
Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Beleza. Quero discutir a situação com você.
Of course.
Você tem alguns dos cavaleiros do
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Missão, a busca deles pela urna das cinzas sagradas.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Demorou. Por que você tá na capela dos
Hopefully we can
Aldeões?
find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Melhor ter uma recompensa depois de tudo isso. Por que você está na capela com os aldeões? Eu acabei de perguntar isso, caralho.
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Tá. Vocês precisam de mais homens aqui com você?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
O que exatamente são essas coisas que
I do
atacam o
not know.
vilarejo?
They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead, spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
Beleza, bora.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Morgan desaprova para um caralho. Desaprova.
Let
Desaprova
us
para
pray.
caralho.
Blessed art thou who
Haven't
exists
Martha
in the
and
Maker's
Barbara
sight.
returned yet?
Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness.
They're gone.
Blessed art thou
Gone
who
on a
seeks his
long-
return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter,
May God bless you for
sacrificed the
helping
holy
us,
flame.
futile though it may be.
You are of elven blood and a stranger, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
Alguma razão para eu não ajudar?
Many elves claim we wouldn't do the same in return.
Eles também não
I
estão
would like to
errados.
think that is not true, but I cannot speak for all. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Gostaria de sua bênção.
You would? That is, I mean, of course. I'd be happy to. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his
Ela
return.
ajoelhou, que
Blessed
fofo.
is the prophetess, his daughter,
Leliana
sacrificed to the
realmente
holy
devota.
flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him
Será que a
of our
Morgan
contrition.
vai achar ruim isso aqui também? Não, então tá bom. Mas Leliana também não achou bom, então foda-se.
I'm scared, Mother. One of the bad men.
I'm so
Oi.
scared, Father. Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Você não tá me
I shouldn't
aborrecendo.
be such a crybaby. With Mother gone now, I have to be brave. I can't help myself. I'm so frightened. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Por que ele fugiria, você
He
sabe?
said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Ai, Morgan.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Tá.
You will.
A gente vai atrás dele.
Thank you so much. Please find him.
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monsters will return.
I'm too old.
If monsters make it to the
fight.
chantry, they will break the...
Beleza, parece que ali dentro a gente não tem mais nada. Talvez eu esteja procurando coisas para cortarem um vilarejo fudido. Talvez. Prantinha. Ô, prantinha, vem cá.
As you desire.
Isso. Lago proibido nadar. Eu só tô fuxicando antes de ir pra missão. Porque a gente é fuxiqueira. Eu não lembro qual foi aquele mapa inicial que eu me neguei a comprar a bag e agora eu me arrependo. Ela era mais barata lá. Deve ir aumentando na medida que os... sei lá, os mapas vão passando. O jogo vai passando. É, acho que deu.
You know, we don't have the men we need.
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
Né? Não estou aqui para papear. O que eu posso fazer para ajudar?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Por que Owen se recusa a conversar com
His
você?
daughter,
Além de
Valena,
ser
is
cuzão.
one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Peraí que eu posso
I'd
fazer.
appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Cadê o moço? Casa, que casa? Só falou casa. Eu queria saber casa de quem? Casa de... Tá, a gente tem que vir pra cá, mas ele tem uma loja geral. Eu queria ir na loja geral. Como que entra nessa loja? Aqui? Não, aqui é a casa da Caitlyn. A loja geral é de baixo. Essa daqui é a casa de alguém. Loja. Não tem ninguém na loja.
Right away. I'll do it.
Gente, ela não tem perícia o suficiente pra abrir esse baú. Chocada. A gente vai ter que melhorar isso daí, Liliana? How so?
I shall.
Bom saber então que a gente tem um baú pra tentar pegar ali depois. Beleza, onde que é a casa do ferreiro? Aqui? É.
And so I shall.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left. Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
Preferi não falar através de uma porta. Posso entrar?
All right, all right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Ok.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
O cachorro tá latindo na sala. Será que Bacon chegou ou o cachorro só tá puto? Deixa eu só dar essa verificadinha rapidinha. Um minuto. Desculpa a demora. Tinha um cachorro bravo latindo lá na sala, porque Bacon saiu e não voltou. Então ela tava brava. Porque eu não sirvo de companhia, não. Só Bacon, né? Blaveza. É. Muito blava o dog. Ficar com ela aqui um tiquinho no colo até ela ficar puta. E aí deixa ela no chão. Ai. É, me chama de morta.
Funny, you didn't sound like an elf through the door. Can't say I
Como assim eu não
expected
sou
that.
um elfo?
Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Por que você se trancou na ferraria? Nossa, cheira a cervejaria aqui. A Melissa precisa desesperadamente de sua ajuda. O que você sabe sobre o que está acontecendo? A ferraria está fechada. Por que você trancou a ferraria?
My girl, Velena. Is one of the
Maybe I'll say
Alessa's
my decision
maids,
to
and
contact.
she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
Então você pretende beber até morrer?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
Eu pretendo tentar.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
Pra gente viver à noite, você vai ter que ajudar o povo. Eu farei o meu melhor.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing. And I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
Ai. Eu prometo que eu vou tentar
I'll
encontrá-la.
accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
And I suppose there's no point in me sitting around, is there? Time to relight the forge and get the smithy going, eh? Murdoch will be pleased. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Beleza. A Morrigan, ela desaprova absolutamente qualquer coisa que eu faça. Que bom.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Sobre sua filha.
You promised you'd look for her in the castle once the night is over. I'll hold you to that.
Pode deixar. Você sabe o que tá acontecendo?
You mean why are these creatures attacking the village? Obviously something wicked corrupts the castle. My daughter used to tell me the Arlessa was up to something, hiding things from her husband. I told Velena she was imagining things. But maybe the Arlessa was involved in something. Blood magic, maybe.
Será? Acho que não. O que mais sua filha disse?
She thought the Arlessa was having an affair with some tutor she hired for the boy, Connor. I never listened much to her talk about it, though I wish now I had. It doesn't matter anyway. She's lost to me, and I can't do anything about her warnings now.
O que você sabe sobre a Arlessa?
Only that she's an Orlesian girl from beyond the Western Mountains. Far too young for our Arl. That's what I say. And too proud and headstrong from the sounds of it.
Você acha que a Arlessa deixou o Eamon doente?
I'd never make such accusations. But maybe, if she was using foul magic, then maybe she just did at that.
Você quer descer do colo? Deu no saco já, bem? Você contou a alguém sobre isso?
Of course not. And who would I tell?
Que foi?
And what good would it do now, eh?
Não sei, esse
I
cachorro
just
quer
wish
descer,
I paid
quer
more
ficar no
heed to my girl.
Quero conversar outra coisa. Acho que não tem muita coisa pra conversar, não. Negócios?
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Então. Não. Queria ver se ele tinha coisa de aumentar a bag. Se eu te colocar no chão, você vai voltar e latir lá na sala? Vai, né? Então eu vou fingir que eu não te fiz essa oferta não, tá bom? A gente continua por aqui, até você ficar irritada.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over a drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll send one of my men to inform Bantegan the militia is ready for battle.
Ainda preciso falar com o Sr. Pass. Como está o moral? Tem algumas perguntas, eu ainda preciso falar com o Sr. Pass.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north.
Eu
Right.
devia ter aumentado a moral do povo, né? Quando a gente vai vencer, mas eu não sei se a gente vai vencer não, hein? Ai, velho, Morrigan só desaprova. Morrigan, você não faz mais nada além de desaprovar tudo que eu faço, não? Oi, assustadinha. Como é que você assusta com a mão que já tava encostada no você, bem? É um cachorro muito assustado. É? Você tá bolada já? Então tá bom. Pode descer aqui do colo. Mas aí você vai brigar aqui? Entendi. Então tá bom, então. Ela vai o cachorro brigar na sala também? Não, só foi pra porta pra brigar. Pra onde que a gente tem que ir que eu não entendi? Tá, deixa eu salvar e a gente descobre pra onde a gente vai depois dessa pausinha aqui, tá bom? Eu já volto.